All right, best side hustles to make money. All right, we're going to talk today about offline and online businesses, several different ways you can make money, the best ways to make money, how to, which ones might be the best for passive income, which ones are you going to have to go out and maybe do some work. And we're just going to review it all for you today. If you stay to the end, I'm going to tell you the best business making side hustles that we think you should start today in 2021. And so let's get started. So the number one is way, you're probably not going to like this, but everybody gets started this way. I don't care if you're a 12, 13-year-old mowing grass for somebody or, sometimes a high up executive that's 50 years old, 60 years old. Got to get a job, right? Now, if you're lucky enough, maybe you started a business as a teenager or, you fell into a business that your family owned or something like that and you can run your own business. But most of the time people are going to have to start making money by getting a job, right? So go out, try to get the highest paying job, um, to use that money to save so that you can go buy a business, um, tap into the real estate market, buy rental properties, and then start building your net worth up, right? So you need money to make money, right? It's kind of hard to make money. Now, the good thing about online is sometimes you don't, right? You could start a YouTube channel or something like that, and you can especially in high school before you really have to go out and get a super, 40-hour week job, you can just work 10, 12 hours a week, go to school, start a YouTube channel, and then maybe by the time you graduate school, your YouTube channel is making you enough money, or maybe you created a blog online that's making enough money that you don't have to go get a real job and work 40 hours to 80 hours a week or whatever. But, that's some of the different things that you'll have to look at. But getting a job is the best way to go out and start making money for yourself, right? And the more that you can get a job that pays you the most, the more money you can make. So, I wouldn't go get a job as a teacher, which teacher's fine, but it's just low paying when you come into it. You might go to a 2-year college and study like project management. And then boom, right when you graduate after 2 years and you've got an associate's or certificate in project management, you can go start making $60,000, $70,000 a year, $50,000, depends on where you live, as a project lead, running projects for big companies, right? Boom, you start making money. It's really good money. It's way more than most people make for the average income in the United States. So that's first thing, not the probably one you wanted to hear for a side hustle, but it's a job and job makes money and you save that money up and you use it to make more money. So now the next one, we've talked about this one a little bit before on some of the other ones, but it's Fiverr, right? So if you want to really go out and start making money right away, or you can be in high school, all you need to do is have some kind of skill set. Can you do graphic design? Can you write? Are you a good writer? You go out to Fiverr, sign up to be on Fiverr as somebody that's selling a service, and whatever skill set you have, you can sell on here and you can make extra cash. Work when you want, take the gigs that you want, and then you can start building up that money, right? And I know, okay, one of those other things, it's work. You're going to have to do work. It's not passive income, but this is side hustles, right? Things that you can do on the side to make extra money or to use your money to make more money, right? And this is a good side hustle because it doesn't really take much to get this going. You just need a skill set. Look at all these different things. I mean, digital marketing, writing, video, music, programming. I mean, there's got to be something here you can do. Even if you just, like I said, write. You can write articles for people and make 35, 45 bucks an article. So that's one of them. Now the next one is going to be dividends, right? So if you're looking at for, a way to make money, you can do dividends. So an investor purchases one or more shares in a dividend-paying company. The company evaluates the performance at the end of the quarter, and then the company may declare and announce a dividend payout. The company announces the dividend amount and the dividend dates, and the investors paid the stated dividend for each share they own. So there's a good way right there, but you need money to invest to be able to make dividends, right? So you need to have some kind of other income coming in to be able to do this. You look at here, you know, If you're still not sure, this is a little bit more detailed on what are dividends, but really the company, it makes a profit, and then some of these companies, they can pay out what's called dividends. So you buy into the company thinking it will grow and do well. As the company grows and does well, it pays a dividend. So it pays you out. So there's different types of dividends: cash, stock, property, and other. And then down here are some of the companies that do pay out dividends: Verizon, AT&T, Pfizer, Merrick, Kraft, Chevron, Johnson & Johnson, Intel. So you can go online and just look up the different companies that do dividends and see if that's something that you want to invest in and get some money back on, right? Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is the rental income game. So the rental business, right? So you see trends in apartment renting. Boomers are on the move. A lot of them are downsizing. 75 million baby boomers are looking to downsize. They're going to be renting, or, buying a really small condo. So a lot of times, though, they'll just go to renting because it's easier. They don't have to maintain the property. They're getting older. They don't like to do repairs or anything else. They don't want to mow grass, so they'll rent. You also got the echo boomers. These are the people entering the market that are renters that are between 17 and 31, and they they aren't buying houses. They're waiting longer, traveling, doing what they want to do, waiting to start families, so they don't really need a house right away, and so they're all renting. So you have 80 million, 75 million. I mean, there's just a lot of people looking for places to rent. Now, if you're interested in, how well does, rental property does, I'll put together this spreadsheet. I own rental properties. I used to own 12. I'm currently down to 5, right? So if you look here at the 5 properties, we've got 3 of them paid off. So I paid the mortgages off. And, with that, we have positive cash flow now. So we have these rents coming in. Now we have to pay insurance and we have to pay taxes. So I don't get all that, and this is Ohio. That's why the rents aren't super high. You're probably wondering, man, my rent's like $2,000, but you probably live in, a big town like New York or Chicago, or, the bigger cities are way more expensive. But I'm in a smaller town, or 16th largest city in the country, but still not super expensive. I'm in Midwest Ohio, so it's not that expensive. Now, we have these 2 properties. We're using some of this money to pay these 2 properties off, and then, by the time we get these properties paid off and I'll be in retirement, me and my partner will be getting $4,000 or $5,000 a month, right? Split that up, that's, $2,000 each on top of other income that we make. I mean, that's good income, right? $2,000 each. That's forever long we own those properties. We sold some of these properties down here, used some of this to pay off these 3, and buy properties. And so we've flipped some and we've kept some, and you can do this. At words of advice, buy one home and try to pay it off. So I'd just buy 1 or 2 and just try to pay them off, and then keep doing that until you get to 5, 6, 7, or 8 properties. You can also flip a home. So buy a home, use it as a rental, flip another home, and then make $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, however much you can make on the flip, and use that to pay down the rental or buy another rental. You make money in rentals with depreciation, future sales price of the property, appreciation, the house goes up in value. You got your rental income coming in. Use equity in one home to buy another home. We just talked about flipping a home and then using that money that you made to buy another one. You only need to buy a home. I mean, most of these homes we bought with 3% down or no money down, really. I mean, it was very cost effective for us. Now, sometimes it depends on who you use and your credit. You'll have to put 3% to 20%, but, you can also buy a home, own it, rent it, after 2 or 3 years, go buy another home, and then you rent the one you just had, and that's an easy way to get into the rental market. You can also, look at VRBO, the vacation rental business, and own a vacation rental and rent that out and make some money. And then you can also buy a double unit, triple unit, 4 unit, live in one of them, rent the other ones out, and basically you're living for free. And then you take that money that you're saving and you either reinvest it into your property or you just save it up for other investments. And that's the rental game. Okay, so another really good way to, create a side hustle business for you is to buy an online business, right? Now you're probably thinking to yourself, well, I don't have any money to buy an online business, and maybe you don't. But you can buy smaller online businesses, one that makes a couple $100 here and there, and maybe if you have 10,000 or 20,000 saved up, you could buy that. They're not going to be, of course, if you're going to buy a business making $100,000 profit a year, that's going to be $300,000 you need to buy that business. So if you look here, we will show you, this is the website I like to go to look at businesses to buy. It's called Motion Invest. You just need to sign up and go to it. Everything that we talk about today, Fiverr and all the different websites, we do have links in the description. You can use those links and go check them out. But if you look here, Radio Fidelity, right? Price $38,000. It makes $1,029 per month. It's selling at 38 multiple. That's kind of high. I like to stay around 20 to 30, but domain authority 22, and visitors a month 22,000. Okay, that's pretty good visitors, makes pretty good money. You can buy that. Here's a smaller one, self-health pharmacist, 10,000. It makes almost $300 a month. It only gets 1,000 visitors and only has a domain authority of 2. I like to have websites with higher domain authority. If I'm buying Baller's Guide, here's another one, $12.99, domain authority 20, 17,000 visitors. So you can see on here, there's different valuations, different websites. Figure out a niche that you'd be interested in. Figure out if you could buy it for whatever it is, and if you could grow it to more than $400 a month. So maybe you buy this one, add more content, optimize it, get better search engine results, increase your domain ranking, and then take this from $400 a month and start making $2,000 a month or $3,000 a month. Then at that point you could sell it and sell it for a multiple of 30. You're making see 30, yeah, $100,000. So you can make around $100,000 just getting this up to $30,000 a month. And so buying a business, not starting from scratch, buying something that's already making money, and then use this and grow it and then pay your debt off, and then boom, you're making cash flow. You buy 2 or 3 of these, you're doing pretty good. You're making a lot of extra cash, and you can use that extra cash to invest in more businesses or invest in real estate, invest in dividends, to invest in stocks. You see how the game works, right? So now what I told you is at the end, I was going to go over with you what I think is the best way to, make money and in 2021. What can you start today to really help you out, and it doesn't really cost a lot of money, right, to start. And so we think starting your own online business, whether you're going to do YouTube, blogging, or e-commerce, right? And if you know nothing about all those, that's okay. There's training courses, training online, YouTube videos. There's different things that show you different stuff, right? Now, what you want to make sure is you don't get caught in these commercials that you see all the time, people trying to sell you, hey man, I made $10,000 in 5 days on this course and blah, blah, blah. I mean, that stuff, if it's too good to be true, it is. You do not want to fall for that junk. Do not buy that crap. Okay? You can start this on your own. It's nothing to set up hosting and set up WordPress, and we have videos on our YouTube channel that show you how to do all this stuff. You go out, set it up, you start blogging every day, or writing a couple posts, 3 or 4 posts a week. You get your blog, you optimize it, you get the search engine optimization going, and boom, you're making money and you're doing really good, right? So let's look here real quick. And how do you start an online business? So what do you do to start it? Well, you decide on a product and service. You're going to pick a domain name. You're going to figure out what the web hosting is. I'll have all this stuff in the description. I'll have a domain name place where you can check out domain names, see what you want. I'll have a thing where you can go and check out web hosting. You can check out our website, IncomeSmasher.com, has all this stuff, A to Z, how to do web hosting, how to set up a domain name, how to pick your niche. Then you want to create your marketing plan, build your website. We show you how to build your website on WordPress, pretty straightforward. You got to optimize your WordPress site for SEO. Install your blog onto your server. Very easy to do. It's like one touch load, and then you log into the backend on WordPress and you're in, and you can build your website. Set up your social media profile and start marketing, right? Now I know it's a step-by-step simple guide, and it's harder than that. It's not super easy. You've got a lot to learn if you don't know anything about starting a blog. But years ago, my wife started her blog, and she has 40,000, people a month coming to her blog, and it just took time to build up. So it's one of those things you got to stick with it. The other thing you can do is YouTube, right? So YouTube, you can go to YouTube. I've got this course that I used when I went on. It's called YouTube Mastery, and I'll have it in the link. You can check it out. It just tells you how to get started on YouTube, what to do, different things. So if you're really interested in YouTube and starting YouTube videos, it's the best thing to do is to, get trained on it. And if you know nothing about it, that's what I did, and that's what I did for my YouTube videos. So check it out, YouTube Mastery. The link's in the description. And that is the best way to start today in, doing a side hustle, is to either start a YouTube channel, do blogging, or start e-commerce. And all of those things we discuss on our website called IncomeSmasher.com, and you can check it out in the description.